bull market is live. People are making money, and we want to start preparing you ready to start to sell your crypto.
When it comes time to sell, you're going to be very emotional. You won't have built that muscle memory, and there's a lot of things that can go wrong along the way.
These moments of panic when you're like peak bull market and you're trying to sell a bunch of crypto and the wallet doesn't work and then you're trying to update it.
What you're going to do is crack open your hardware wallet, blow the dust off it, mate. Just you're going to connect it to your computer, and your computer's going to go, mate, you need to update. Yeah, exactly.
The most likely thing that's probably going to happen now is that you're going to be hacked, as I said. So make sure you've got a really good password, 2FA, all the basics.
So the goal of this episode is to get you to sell $5 worth of your coins this weekend.
Welcome back to another episode of the Ben and Bergs podcast. I'm Ben, your favorite high school dropout and founder of Collective Shift. Alongside Ms. Bergs, your favorite MBA and CEO of Collective Shift. Join us as we bring you world-class crypto research and strategies to help you dominate this crypto bull market, as well as behind-the-scenes view of us scaling the leading crypto research company here in Australia. And if you like the podcast, we'd love for you to leave us a subscribe if you're on YouTube, or follow us on your favorite podcasting apps. We're closing in on 200 episodes. Holy moly. Bull market is live. People are making money. And we want to start preparing you ready to start to sell your crypto. Because for a lot of you, maybe you haven't sold. Maybe it's been a little while since you've dusted off the ledger. So we're going to do a little live Ben and Bergs workshop. We're going to bring you folks and lovely listeners on the journey with us. And Bergs is going to do a little test, I guess, activity, bit of homework for us all, Bergs, on actually selling our crypto, because this is not something you want to be fucking around with when the bull market's in full force and you're trying to sell your crypto. You don't know where your ledger is. You don't know what your PIN code is. It's been a minute. You're sending crypto. You're sweaty hands. You stuff it up. You send it the wrong address. This happened to a friend of mine the other day. He sent me a message going, hey, I just sent my crypto, some of my crypto from my coin spot to my ledger, but it didn't show up. It's been a week. When will it show up, or when will it return? It doesn't work like that. You're lost. Money gone forever. You suck.
Mate, I like the way you say live workshop when it's not live at all. We're recording this and people are going to view it later on, mate. You just got all these like sayings in your head, mate. You just, come on, mate. You're leading people down the garden.
Just words roll off the tongue. It's not live. What we're going to do is we're going to get you to go away and come back. I mean, it's not like we're not going to do it.
People aren't here with us, mate. They're not doing it live.
They're going to be live. You're going to be live in your own words.
Live, mate. Time is a construct. It doesn't exist, Ben.
Time doesn't exist. This is 4D. This is in your own world. You're going to take the podcast into your own world and bring it back.
This is great. We're taking this to 15D, and what we're going to do...
It's always a sales strategy.
We talk a lot about constructing your portfolio, your sell strategy, and how to think about it. But now we're actually going to build that muscle memory, get those reps in, and get you to sell this weekend. So the goal of this episode is to get you to sell $5 worth of your coins this weekend. This is very important because when it comes time to sell, you're going to be very emotional. You won't have built that muscle memory, and there's a lot of things that can go wrong along the way. We're going to go through 3 scenarios. One is if you've got your coins on an exchange. One, if you've got them on a hot wallet, soft wallet on your phone, something like that. Another one is if you've got it in a cold wallet, like a hardware wallet or a paper wallet you have somewhere that's in cold storage. Right, let's go through the really simple one. The goal here is to sell $5 worth of whatever currency. I recommend doing, like most people have Bitcoin and some Ethereum or derivative, do $5 of each just to see how the networks work, because they are very, very different. So on an exchange, relatively straightforward. This is, your SwiftX, your CoinSpot, your Binance. You've got your coins on an exchange. You'll go in there, you'll select whichever coin, you will go to sell, you'll choose $5 worth, and then you'll get a bunch of options. So the options will be like, sell it now, sell it at a limit order at a certain price in the future. You could spot sell. You can go to the exchange version, whatever that is called, with lower fees. And this will get you used to the user interface, the different buttons you have to click, the hoops you have to jump through. And even if you stuff it up, it's only $5. This is where you want to stuff it up, take your notes, and learn, because interfaces change all the time. You might not have logged into your exchange for a while. And you also need to make sure that there's still a market on that exchange for the coins you have. Classic with me, Power Ledger was no longer on the exchange that I was on. I couldn't sell it. So I had to move it either to another exchange or to a custodial wallet and then to Uniswap to sell. And it was all a bunch of nonsense. So you're in your exchange. select something like Bitcoin or Ethereum, go to sell, make it $5 worth, and transfer it to whatever you want to do. That can be Australian dollars, US dollars, whatever you want, or stable coins. And from there, either move those stable coins, leave it on the exchange if that's what you want to do, or move those few dollars worth of stable coins to your non-custodial wallet that you own and control, or take that fiat currency and put it into your bank account, and you are done. So there's a lot of steps there. You can even do OTC stuff, Ben. I know you've done a bit of that.
Yeah, so if you're working with more than $25,000 at a time in terms of transactions, I would recommend using OTC. And a lot of the major exchanges have OTC. OTC stands for over-the-counter trading. So you're essentially getting the best fees and the best spreads on the market. Like if you go and use a swap feature on SwiftX or CoinSpot or one of these major exchanges, like you're gonna probably get charged anywhere between 1% and 3%. But an OTC, you're probably getting somewhere around 0.7%. So you're getting better fees and spreads, but you need to have a minimum of 25,000. And how the way it usually works is you register an account, you'll jump on a call with them, you'll have the crypto in your exchange, you'll ring them up, and then they'll execute the transaction for you, and you'll get those those best sort of transaction fees. So just be aware of that if you are selling a lot of crypto, that you can kind of get whacked on the spreads.
Yeah, and when you're doing this, you'll understand how spreads work, how fees work, and it's only a small amount. So you're going to learn tons, and it's going to be well worth the $5 lesson when it comes time to sell a lot more crypto.
Yeah, and like Berg said, always do a test transaction, especially when you're sending money back. Like you need to be always very cautious. You're doing the right thing. So if you're sending money around, always do a test transaction. Make sure it comes through before actually executing it. Another thing I'd also say in terms of, a lot of people ask me whether I do stable coins or fiat. It really depends what you want to do with the money. So if you're selling your crypto to buy something else, like outside of crypto, like property or a car or paying off your mortgage, well, then obviously you want to push into fiat. But if you're wanting to put that money back into crypto, then I would keep it in stable coins, because the banks, especially in Australia, are getting worse and worse to try and get big dollars back into, or any dollars into, the crypto ecosystem. So if you're wanting to redeploy that market back into crypto at some point in the future, I would just keep it on stable coins and put it into your wallet.
That's exactly right. I think stable coins are being de-risked significantly. And to make this more real with an example, let's say you have 100K profit, you cash that out, you put it into your bank, you now want to get back into the market, you're hit with the 10K monthly limit from your bank. It's going to take you 10 months to get back in.
Yeah, totally.
Which is absolutely crazy.
Nuts. The other thing too, like with your ledger and stuff, like if you've got your wallet, what you'll notice if you haven't got it out in a little while is it's going to need updates. Your software's going to want to update. The hardware's going to want to update. One of my ledgers actually said you can't charge this anymore because it's getting out of date, like it's too old. So like these moments of panic when you're like peak bull market and you're trying to sell a bunch of crypto and the wallet doesn't work, and then you're trying to update it, or maybe you're trying to use an altcoin and you're sending it to your ledger, but the ledger doesn't support it. So now you need to download an add-on in your ledger live to look at the blockchain for an altcoin that you don't even know where it is. And now you're trying to send it somewhere. Like this is the shit you're going to have to deal with. And this is why we're doing this episode, because we want all of you to be able to do this, because you've done it, you practice it, you know what you're doing when the market isn't going nuts. So when it's time to sell, you're not fumbling around and just going to stuff something up.
What you said there was beautiful, but classic Ben, you've jumped like 2 steps ahead, mate. The notes are literally in front of you. So let's continue on the path we were on, mate. So we've done exchange.
This is how I set something up, mate. Step 1 to step 7. Two
yeah,
to
just don't worry about the detail for everyone else, mate. Classic Ben. How are you still alive?
Oh, there it is. There. Now, oh, no, I didn't scroll down the note. Sorry, folks. I just skipped ahead.
This fucking guy.
Classic.
No, what you said was spot on, and we'll go into that in more detail. But before we get to hardware wallets, there's a step in between. So soft wallets, hot wallets, whatever you want to call them. This is a classic example is like the MetaMask extension in your browser or on your phone. So if you want to sell from there, there's a couple of options that you have. You can go into your MetaMask on your phone or in your browser. You can send coins to an exchange, and then you follow the process that we just went through there. And by the way, with your exchange, you're also going to have to make sure you've got the right passwords, the right 2FA. You can still access that account, all this sort of stuff that you're going to do way ahead of time so you don't freak out. So you can send your coins from your MetaMask to your exchange. Great. Or you are now in the DeFi space. So you can go to a site like Uniswap, and with your tokens, you can then swap from, let's say, Ethereum, take $5 worth, and then swap it to USDC, USDT, a stable coin, or another coin. and that'll be a capital gains event, and you will go from having an asset that's volatile to one that is now stable and that's taking profits in the ecosystem. You can then relax. In the future, you can just spend those stables, or you can send it to an exchange and cash out to fiat. So this is, a lot of people will be doing that where they have custodial wallets. A lot of people have hot wallets with some money on there. I recommend, if you've got more than a couple $100 worth of crypto, do get a hardware wallet. And a lot of people don't actually know you can connect your hardware wallet to MetaMask. So if you've got a Ledger or Trezor, you can open a new MetaMask wallet and it'll give you, 12 words. That's your seed phrase. But then every account that you add, you can click a little button and you can add a Ledger or Trezor account in your MetaMask. What this means is, for those accounts, every transaction you want to approve needs to be done on your hardware wallet. And the 12 words for your wallet doesn't matter at all. That is nothing. That's just like a dummy wallet. You can throw that in the bin. You probably only want to keep that if you're hoping for a future MetaMask airdrop. Yeah. But you could literally open another wallet and then reopen your Trezor and Ledger accounts. No one can approve transactions on those accounts apart from you, because you hold the physical device.
Yeah, bang on, Bergs. And I think really what you need to be careful of is the hot wallets, like your MetaMask or, Atomic Wallet. There's a bunch of different ones you can have, even on your mobile phone. These are most prone for you to be hacked, because you'll click on a link, or there'll be an email that'll be sent to you that says, oh my goodness, you're losing on your money. Click here to reset your password. It'll be a fake email. You'll click on it, and then your wallet's drained. With a cold wallet, it's completely disconnected from the internet, and it's much less likely you're able to be hacked. So like Berg said, if you're going to have some money in there, just keep it a small amount. If you are serious though, we would recommend moving it to a hardware wallet. The major exchanges are a lot better. I do have a lot of people, platinum clients that have multiple millions of dollars in major exchanges, and that's okay. You've just got to be aware that it's not the safest. It is safe, but the most likely thing that's probably going to happen now is that you're going to be hacked, as I said. So make sure you've got a really good password, 2FA, all the basics. So you're not in trouble.
Yeah, and with your exchange, have an awesome password in a password manager. Pay the $10 per month for a password manager. Just pay the money and live your best life. 2FA, don't do SMS 2FA. Do one that you own, where you write down the codes on paper and you have it in Google Authenticate. That's a lot harder than someone jacking your phone number.
Yeah.
And also, if your exchange allows it, most do, have a whitelist address. So that means within your account, you set a whitelist address, let's say for Ethereum. So when you're withdrawing, you can only send it to that address, and it takes 2 days to change that over. So if someone gets into your account, magically finds your password, finds your 2FA, they can only extract your funds to an account you own. And if they initiate a change on that whitelist, there's a 2-day wait period, and you will receive an email about that as well. So you've got more than enough time to act. Sometimes it's even 5 days. It's a really good level of security.
Yeah. Great call, Bergs.
Now let's get on to, mate, hardware wallets. So Ledger, Trezor, Ben covered a lot of it before, but these are self-custody wallets. A lot of people will, if you've got a big stack, you'll have your Bitcoin and Ethereum on there. So if you want to actually sell these, it's pretty much all the options we spoke about before. You can go into the DeFi world and you can sell through things like Uniswap, and I'm sure there's Bitcoin equivalents. I've never really sold any Bitcoin, so I haven't used it. Or you can send those coins to an exchange. So what you're going to do is crack open your hardware wallet, blow the dust off it, mate. Just you're going to connect it to your computer, and your computer's going to go, mate, you need to update. Because yeah, exactly. No one's updated their Ledger or Trezor software. So you're going to update that, the desktop version, and you're going to freak out because you think you're getting hacked. So you're going to update that.
Yep.
Then they're going to ask you to update your firmware. You're like, oh shit, now I've got to do this. It's just another thing. Update your firmware. Your seed phrase is somewhere else. You will be fine. It is all good. Update that. Great. Now you're good to go. You can either hop into the DeFi world, do what we said before, send it to an exchange, $5 worth of whatever. Another thing you can probably do, I'm pretty sure MetaMask has some of these as well. You can do swaps within the wallet, or you can sell within Ledger and Trezor now to other coins.
Yeah, so the way this works is your assets are still in your wallet. However, Ledger doesn't do the transaction for you. They plug into DeFi products like 1inch, or there's a few other aggregators, so you can actually swap within your Ledger. Just be careful though that the spreads and the fees are pretty pretty big because Ledger makes their cut. It is easy. That's what I say to people that we work with. It's like, if you want the ease of use, do it. But if you want to like save on fees and spreads, push it back to the exchange.
Exactly right. And, you know, a big thing in crypto is, you know, proof of keys day. Jan 3rd is when the Bitcoin network first started, and everyone's encouraged to either move their funds off an exchange into a self-custodial wallet, one that you own and control, or if you have one of those already, move $5 worth of Bitcoin around between addresses. This is another thing as well. So we're encouraging you to sell $5 right to your extreme exit strategy. If you don't want to go that far, crack open your hardware wallet, your soft wallet, whatever it is, and just move between a couple of addresses. Generate another Bitcoin or Ethereum address and move some money. You'll be surprised, because I was used to the Ethereum network, and it's pretty fast now with proof of stake, and I was playing around on L2s as well. When I went to the Bitcoin network and I moved a significant amount of money off an exchange to hardware wallet, I freaked the fuck out because it took so long and it was so slow. And I was like, oh my God. And this was just to test things. I've now moved that back to like another custodial exchange. But I was like, oh my God, 10 minutes went by, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And it's just sitting on the network. I'm like, oh my God, have I lost this money? I even did the $10 transaction. This is the hot tip. If you're going to send a significant amount of money, whatever that means to you, could be $100 to you. Send $10 first. If you lose it, absolutely fine. But make sure that transaction goes through first and then send the big amount of money afterwards.
Yeah, bang on. And I would do it. Yeah. I usually do it with any transaction anyway. But yeah, like even last week, Bergs, I was doing my maple to syrup conversion. I'm just moving like an extraordinary amount of magic internet money, like from one place to another. And it's like, this is crazy. It can just feel like you're not doing anything or the value is not real. So you've just got to be really careful when moving anything. Always do a test transaction before, pumping it over.
Yeah.
And also be careful too. Like a lot of the exchanges now support different chains to move different assets, especially stable coins. So you can move stable coins on ERC20, on Tron, on BNB. They can send it on different networks. That'll produce different addresses. So just be careful. You're also sending the right asset to the right address on the right chain.
Yes. And also be careful when you are using things like Uniswap, the token you're swapping to, don't just look at the logo. Like when you click it, look at the contract address, go to something like etherscan.io and paste in that address and make sure it's the address of Tether or USDC or whatever you want to do. Yeah. It'll say it within the contract. You'll see billions of transactions. You'll be assured that is the correct address. Also with your hardware wallet, don't ever blind sign. So a lot of the time, the contract address will be huge. Your wallet won't be able to display it, and you'll just have to click OK and hope for the best. Try and avoid that at all costs.
Yeah.
Get yourself an updated hardware wallet, a newer one. Restore your seed phrase to that.
Yeah.
Because things have moved on significantly since Trezors were first invented a long time ago.
And remember, you can have backup like ledgers. You just need to load up your seed phrases onto that new hardware wallet to then load up your crypto.
Exactly. If you want to, and here's another thing. Whenever you first get a hardware device, this is what you should do. Load it up, write down your seed phrase on paper, put it away somewhere safe. Then what you should do is send $10 from wherever to one of the addresses on that ledger or Trezor, then wipe the Trezor. Pick it up again, restore it from the seed phrase on paper to be reassured you've written down the right seed phrase.
Yeah, it's great.
That is the way to do it.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you guys need more help, go to the Collective Shift Security Center. It's free. It's on our website. Don't even want your email address.
Yep.
Just go over there, get good. We do not want you to lose any money. And we don't want you to lose any money from sending to the wrong place, but also not in the future. We don't want you to fumble the bag when it comes time to sell. Do what we said here. Sell $5 worth of something and build that muscle memory.
Just get good, Bergs.
Get good.
Ben and Bergs, this is just get good.
Ben, do you want some advice?
What is it?
Get better.
Oh dear. That was good. That was actually a good little update. And it's good because, this is going to become crunch time and we don't want you like sweaty palms making mistakes when it comes time to really make
These weak arms are heavy. Vomit on his sweater already.
Mom spaghetti.
So good. I'll be doing this weekend. because I don't want to get caught out. I've got various devices and exchanges and all sorts of nonsense. I'm going to go through all of them, sell $5 on all of them, and I'll actually understand where my coins are, who offers what, learn those user interfaces, the fees and spreads, and I'll be much better off when it comes time to sell.
Brilliant. Let us know how you go, folks. We'll be following up next week. So, yeah, let us know. Do it this weekend. Jump onto it. Give it a test run and get prepared.
Proof of sale. Let's go.
Now, if you have any other friends or family in crypto that you think needs to listen to this episode, we'd love for you to share it with them, a friend. As you know, we do not do advertising, commissions, affiliate links. This is a no bullshit podcast. We give you the beans. We help you along the way. But we'd love for you to be able to help us grow the podcast by sharing with a friend so we can keep doing this and bring it to you each and every week. But thank you so much for listening, as always, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Hang on, before we go, mate, let's just talk about the Ben and Bergs live. That photo that came up where I just look like a giant and you just look so small, mate. You've been going to the gym for years. What's going on, mate?
Well, mate, I have more, sort of knowledge and, things in my head that, allow me to do things day to day. You've had to
have knowledge in your head.
You've had to build, things in other ways, obviously because mentally.
Mate, okay, so just before the pod, I was like, Ben, all right, we'll go in 10 minutes. I'm like, do you know what 10 minutes is, Ben? He goes, yeah, 9 + 1. Sorry, folks. I had to bring up the live pod because Ben always gives me shit about the rig. So he looks small. So there we go. I got one back. And you stitched me up on the podcast, mate. You put the bloody skipper's hat on my head.
No, that was Alice. I forgot to tell you, Alice did that.
Oh, she gonna get it.
Yeah. She's like, check out the thumbnail. I briefed this. She was so happy with it.
Oh, what a stitch up.
Skipper.
Oh, so good. All right, everyone. Thank you for listening. Please sell $5 worth of your crypto. Get good, and we'll see you next episode.
Get good, folks. See ya.
Get good, champions.